We're on day 21 of our 60 days of basic networking. Let's go! Right, so kanina pinag-usapan natin or nabanggit natin na pagka pinag-usapan natin yung IP version 4 or any other IP version for addresses, it always comes with a subnet mask. Lagi nating sinasabi na ang isang IP address is binubuo ng network at saka host portion. At ang nagdidikta or ang dividing line kung saan nagsisimula yung network portion at saka saan nagsisimula yung host portion is what we call subnet mask. Now, saan ang gagaling yung subnet mask? We have a separate lesson for that or we have a separate discussion kung paano natin pag-aaralan at paano natin kumbaga i-dissect yung tinatawag nating subnet mask. Pero in most cases, it usually comes with a default subnet mask. Kagaya nung nabanggit ko dun sa unang video, kapag ka walang nilagay na subnet mask, kapag ka dun sa nakita mong IP address is, for example, IP address lang mismo, you can assume that it's using the default unless otherwise stated nga na subnetted siya or hindi siya gumagamit ng default subnet mask. So yung mga IPv4 natin is may tinatawag na IP address classes. Dito papasok ngayon yung tinatawag natin na default subnet mask. I'm gonna show you that in a bit. Pero when it comes or kapag pinag-usapan natin yung subnet mask, lagi rin dapat nating tinatandaan or dapat lagi rin nating tanda yung IP address classes kasi yung mga default subnet mask ng mga IP address natin comes with their class. Okay, yung mga default subnet mask ng IP address natin, IPv4 comes from their default yung default subnet mask comes from their IP address classes. So ano-ano yung mga IP address classes? Here you go. So as you can see here, we have a table kung saan nakikita mo meron tayong 5 classes ng IP address. So literal yan class A, class B, class C, class D, and class E. Okay, so 5. Now, yung class D and class E, they are not being used in the network in terms of assigning sa mga devices natin kasi they have special purposes natin na tinatawag. Okay, ang ginagamit lang talaga is class A, class B, and class C. And as you can see here, yung class A natin, ang address range na pumapasok sa kanya is 1.0.0.1 hanggang 126.255.255.254. Ibig sabihin, lahat ng IP address na pumapasok sa range na to belongs to class A. Okay, take note of that. Sir, bakit wala yung 00 at saka yung 127? Basically, pasok din dyan kung tutuusin yung 0.0.0.something at saka yung 127.something. Kaya lang yung 000 kasi ginagamit natin sa default routing and then yung 127 is ginagamit natin sa loopback. So basically, hindi rin talaga sa ina-assign or hindi rin talaga sila ina-assign sa mga host addresses natin. Right? So again, yung range from 1.0.0.1 hanggang 126.255.255.254 belongs to class A. Okay, malinaw tayo doon. Now, meron tayong class B. Okay, class B which yung range niya starting from 128.1.0.1 hanggang 191.255.255.254. So ito naman yung range ng class B. Ibig sabihin, kapag nakakita ka ng IP address na pumapasok sa range na yan, class B yun. No matter, ibig sabihin, for example, nakakita ka ng 129.0.0.1, so that means class B yan kasi pumapasok dyan sa range na yan Kapag ka nakakita ka ng 2.2.2.2, that means ito naman is pumapasok dito sa class A kasi pasok sa dun sa range na yun. You getting my point here? Diba? So kada IP address, basta pumasok sila, yung IP address na given, for example, kung saan range pumapasok, that belongs to that class. Okay, and then on the class C natin, as you can see here, sa class C, meron tayong 192.0.1.1 hanggang 223.255.254.254. Okay, so dito naman pumapasok, let's say for example, yung example natin na 192.168.1.1, dito naman siya pumapasok sa class C kasi itong range or itong IP na ito is pasok doon sa range kung saan class C siya. You getting this? So, ang tinitingnan natin is kung anong range pumapasok yung IP para ma-identify natin kung anong class yung IP na yon. Now, of course, by looking at this range, medyo kumbaga confusing kasi ang dami mong kailangan tandaan, may mga range pa. That's why we have the shortcut. Okay, so ang basically, para mas maging madali, kagaya na nga ng sinabi natin kanina, class ABC lang talaga yung ginagamit eh. Dahil yung class D is used, I guess, for multicast, and then yung class E is used for research. Right? Now, so sa class A, B, and C, kailangan mong tandaan yung mga range. Right? Again, if you see, for example, an IP that starts with 2.2.1, 9.9.9.1, 125.10.10.1, basically lahat yan pumapasok sa class A kasi nga itong ay pasok dito sa range na to. So, nire-refresh ko lang kayo. So, pasok siya dyan sa range na yan. Right? Now, kapag nakakita ka ng IP address na 129.1.1.1 or 150.10.10.1 or 190.10.10.1, yan naman, pumapasok yan sa class B kasi nga yung range na yan, pasok siya dyan. Nagigets? Right? Now, if you have or if you see an IP address that says 192.168.1.1, kagaya ng example natin, or 220.10.10.1, or 180.10.10.1, and so on, basta pumapasok siya dito sa range na to, they are class C. Okay? So ngayon, nagigets mo na yung mga IP address classes. Sir Billy, para saan ba yung mga IP address classes natin yan? Again, kagaya ng binanggit ko kanina, each of the IP address classes has their own default subnet mask. Okay? So here we go. Now, ang default subnet mask, so nabanggit ko na to kanina. Okay, they are not being used. Yung class D is used for multicast and class E is used for research, I guess, or vice versa. Anyway, basta hindi sila ginagamit sa production or sa operation. Right? So, para mas madaling tandaan, para mas maging mabilis, kagaya ng binanggit ko kanina, hindi mo na kailangan kabisaduhin yung range. Ang kailangan mo lang kabisaduhin is kung saan nagsisimula yung IP address. Are they starting from 1 to 126? That means it's a class A. Are they starting or is the IP address starting from 128 hanggang 191? That's a class B. Is the IP address starting from 192 hanggang 223? That's a class C. So, ibig sabihin, kapag nakakita ka ng IP na 8.8.8.10, that means, since yung starting IP niya, okay, yung first octet lang ang titingnan natin dito para mabilis mong makabisado. Pumapasok sa dun sa range na 1 to 126, that means it's a class A. So, pag nakakita ka ng IP na 11.11.11 o .10.1, so, since pasok pa rin siya dyan, that's a class A. You getting this? Diba? So, titingnan mo lang yung first octet. Yung pinakaunang group ng IP addresses. Kapag nakakita ka ng 130.x.x.x, that means it's a class B. Kasi yung 130 pumapasok dito sa range na ito. Kapag nakakita ka ng IP na 140.x.x.x, ganun pa rin, it's a class B kasi pumapasok sa dun sa range na yun. Yung unahan lang ang tinitingnan natin, yung first octet or yung first IP address. From there, ma-identify mo na kung anong class siya ng IP. Pag nakakita ka ng IP na sabihin natin 195.x.x.x, that means it's a class C kasi pumapasok siya dito eh. Sa 192 hanggang 223. You're following this na, right? So, napakadali lang naman. Tatandaan mo lang yung range. So, kapag ka-class A, pumapasok siya sa 1 hanggang 126. Kapag ka-class B, pumapasok siya sa 128 hanggang 191. Or kapag ka-class C, 192 hanggang 223. Again, dun sa class A, pwedeng mapasama dyan yung 0 or 127. Kasi kung 2,000, ang range niya is 0 hanggang 127. Pero sabi ko nga kanina, si zeros kasi ginagamit sa default routing at saka yung 127 ginagamit for loopback. So, hindi talaga sila ginagamit on operations. Pero, for example, dun sa tanong, sinama yung 0 o kaya sinama yung 127, they are still in class A. Does that make sense? Right, good. Now, ano yung gamit nito nung identify natin kung anong classes sila? Kung anong, for example, we are given an IP address, ngayon kabisado na natin, magaling na tayo, ika nga, expert na tayo, na natutunan na natin na unang tingin pa lang alam na natin yung class ng IP address na yon. Well, dito papasok yung kanina ko pang binabanggit na default subnet mask. So, each of the classes ng IP address natin has their own default subnet mask. Okay? So, kapag ka-class A, ang default subnet mask niya is 255.0.0.0 or /8. Ibig sabihin, yung network portion niya is yung pinaka-first octet, and then lahat ng natitirang octets like yung second, third, and fourth octets are dedicated sa host portion. Okay? So don't worry, we're gonna dissect it in a bit or in the coming video or lesson. Pero for now, I want you to remember na kapag ka class A, ang default subnet mask is /8 sa CIDR notation or default subnet mask kapag decimal format or long format is 255.0.0.0. Okay, and then kapag class B, we have 255.255.0.0 or /16. Okay, so dapat gets mo to kasi nga lagi itong kasama sa mga exam, sa mga interview, and so on. So, dapat gets mo na kapag binigyan ka ng isang IP address, alam mo kung anong class siya, and by that, alam mo kung anong default subnet mask nung IP na yun. Hey guys, sana kahit pa paano meron kang natututunan or at least getting refreshed dito sa ating 60 days of basic networking. Now, if you're someone na gustong pumasok sa cybersecurity or di kaya naman someone who wants to build a foundation in security in IT in general, I'd like to invite you in one of our premium courses, yung CompTIA Security Plus SY0701, kasi naka 50% off siya this week until Saturday dito sa Tech Academy. So matututunan mo dito yung mga basic and fundamental at saka mga terminologies as well as yung mga foundational concept na may kinalaman sa cybersecurity or security in general in IT, and will help you prepare for the CompTIA Security Plus SY0-701 certification exam. So meron kaming mga video lessons na Tagalog or Taglish na talagang himay-himay at ginawa para sa beginners. May quizzes, may practice exams, may downloadable slides, may mga bonuses, as well as you will be part of the Tech Academy alumni community. So if you're interested, you can see all the details at techacademy.ph/security. And then from there, mariredirect ka sa page. So nandun na lahat ng detalye about the program or the course as well as yung payment instructions. And as I mentioned, it's on 50% this week up until Saturday 7 p.m. So makakatulong to hindi lang para mapatibay or makabuild ka ng foundation in security or cybersecurity. Makakatulong din to para makapag-prepare ka sa official certification exam kasi we follow the official curriculum one by one para i-discuss yung mga concepts and terminologies na kasama sa exam. So yun lang. Again, maraming salamat. God bless. By memorizing, by remembering the IP address classes and their own default subnet mask. So again, kapag binigyan ka ng IP address na pumapasok sa 192 hanggang 223, remember na kapag 192 hanggang 223, that's a Class C IP address. And then yung mga Class C IP address, meron silang default subnet mask na /24 in the CIDR notation or / notation. And then yung long format nila or decimal format is 255.255.255.0. Okay? So, napapagtagpi-tagpi nyo na ba? Right? Nagigets nyo na? Okay? Make sure that this is you understand this as solid as you can kasi talagang isa to sa mga fundamental concepts when it comes to networking. So, let's take for example, I have an IP address that says 129.0.0.1. Tinanong ako, okay, ano ang default subnet mask niyan? Since I know that na pumapasok siya doon sa range niyan, that means it's a /16, yung default subnet mask, and it's a Class B IP address. Let's say for example, yung interviewer sa exam, binigyan ako ng IP address na 7.7.7.10. Ngayon, I know na it's a Class A IP address, and then with that, alam ko na ang default subnet mask ng mga Class A or Class A IP address is /8 or 255.255.0.0.0. That means itong 7 ang nag-i-indicate ng network portion, and then itong second, third octet, yung mga yan ang nag-i-indicate ng host portion. Kasi nga nabanggit natin, subnet masks are the dividing line dun sa network and host portion ng isang IP address. Malinaw tayo dito, right? Make sure you really grasp and understand this kasi nga isa to sa mga fundamentals. Don't worry, we're gonna have more discussion, we're gonna have exercise and practice para talagang makabisado mo. Pero for now, I hope you now understand yung mga different classes ng IP address. Alam mo na kung paano tingnan. So, for example, binigyan ka ng 145, anong class yan? Okay? That means that's a Class B kasi dun siya pumapasok sa range na yun. And then by that, we know na ang Class B ay merong /16 na default subnet mask like 255.255.0.0. Does that make sense? Okay, so for example, I give you an example IP address or the interviewer give you an example IP address, dapat alam mo agad kung anong class yun, and by that, alam mo agad kung anong default subnet mask from that class. Kasi hands in hands yun. Kung anong class siya, meron siyang default subnet mask. Pero nababago yan. Okay, we can customize kung anong subnet mask ang gagamitin through the use of subnetting or yun nga, yung isa pa yung variable length subnet mask, pero pag-uusapan natin yun in the future videos. For now, understand or memorize or remember each of the class ng IP addresses natin, including their range and then including their default subnet mask. Okay? So let this lesson sink in and I'll see you on the next video.